Usually looking in a mirror carries a pretty basic expectation of reality, right? Like you just expect to see your face or your clothes.
Right, exactly. Just the physical space behind you.
Yeah. But welcome to today's deep dive. You, the listener, shared the lyrics to the song Imposter by Earth to Eve with us. And our mission today is to unpack these really raw, visceral verses.
Yeah, we're looking at how they paint this devastatingly accurate portrait of, well, dissociation and burnout.
And just the exhausting performance of hiding your true mental state.
Exactly. And the opening imagery just hits you instantly.
Yeah.
The narrator wakes up with, quote, blood stains still on my T-shirt. Yeah. And they're facing last night's regrets in the mirror. I mean, they even close their eyes walking past it because they literally can't bear to look at their own reflection.
Right, which is where that objective reality of the mirror just completely breaks down. It's not showing a physical face anymore. It's really just reflecting pure exhaustion.
Yeah, it establishes our core theme right away.
Yeah.
It's this profound loss of identity. Like later in the track, the narrator admits, most days I wake up and don't know who I am.
Oof, yeah, that's heavy.
It is. So they say they just throw on some makeup and hide beneath my skin. The physical body, that face they show the world, it basically becomes a literal mask. It's the ultimate imposter experience.
And, I mean, maintaining that mask requires just an incredible amount of energy. Reading through the lyrics you sent us, the monotony of their depression is so palpable.
Absolutely. The days just completely blur together.
Yeah. They say it's all Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, same ending, just different letters. And it's all fueled by ashtrays and cheap weed, bad wine, and just these endless thought spirals.
It really sounds like they are operating on this terrifying emotional autopilot.
Right, exactly. Like the plane is flying, but nobody is actually at the controls, which actually brings up a question I have for you.
Okay, shoot.
So the narrator admits they've gotten too good at lying. Is this relentless autopilot why they lie to the outside world, or do you think they are just lying to themselves to survive the day?
I mean, the internal lie is definitely doing the most psychological damage here. Let's look at the mechanics of this numbness.
Okay.
The narrator makes active attempts to self-regulate, right? Like telling themselves to sit down for a moment or take a deep breath.
But it doesn't work.
No, it fails completely.
Yeah.
When they breathe out, they say they are still choking, still broken. The nervous system is just so suppressed by this autopilot state that standard coping mechanisms just flat out fail.
Which leads to a really alarming escalation. Like, they talk about physically squeezing their arms tight just to trigger a fight or flight response.
Yeah, they desperately need something to remind themselves they're still alive.
That is so intense.
It is. When you are that disconnected from your own identity, the brain's baseline for feeling anything at all shifts dramatically. You literally have to manufacture panic to jumpstart the nervous system. The numbness is so deep that fear and physical pain basically become the only accessible emotions.
And I guess that desperation to feel anything physical explains the sheer panic in the chorus. It's this frantic cry for peace and silence from all that overwhelming mental heat.
Right, they beg for a hero, a doctor, a wizard, a friend, to fix the rules in their head.
Yeah, they don't care who does it. They just need the internal noise to stop for a second.
Exactly. And the drive to escape that internal noise sets up the song's most jarring paradox. The narrator talks about walking too close to the edge and explicitly claims, I'm not scared of death.
Right, but then immediately after, they admit what actually terrifies them.
Yes, they are terrified of finally trying.
Which is so profound. The ultimate fear isn't the end. The real terror is the vulnerability of actual effort.
Because trying means you fail. Trying means you have to take the mask off, look in that mirror, and accept whoever is actually looking back at you.
It's somehow easier to just stay in that chaotic noise, in the blur of bad wine and thought spirals.
It really is a brutally honest portrait of what happens when self-preservation morphs into self-imprisonment.
It really is. Imposter completely captures that overwhelmed, paralyzed state of mind.
Truly.
Well, wrapping up our deep dive today, I want to leave you, the listener, with a final thought to ponder.
It's a tough one.
It is. If we have to rely on panic, fight or flight, or walking close to the edge just to remind ourselves we are alive, are we actually living, or just finding elaborate ways to avoid the terrifying risk of finally trying?